Today's episode of the More You Know podcast is brought to you by CrowdQuestion, a brand new social communication platform focused on connecting crowds to bring everyone closer to their community, as well as enhancing any occasion. Rather than being a social media platform focused on content and advertising, they're focused on communication and connection. Learn more about the platform and download the app free at crowdquestion.com. Today's episode of the More You Know podcast features Montez Blair, who's a bronze medalist and six-time All-American Ivy League record-holding high jumper, who's now a top sales executive at Oracle, as well as Ivan Misner, who's a best-selling author and founder of BNI, the world's largest business networking organization, known as the father of network marketing and the networking guru. And lastly, Dr. Adarsh Mudgil, who's a dual board-certified dermatologist and dermatopathologist, named one of New York Times super doctors, as well as the host of the Dr. Mudgil podcast. I asked each of them about a new belief, behavior, or habit that has improved their lives the most in the last 5 years. Enjoy the episode.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
The
More
You
No
Podcast.
I always have had a belief in myself that I can do anything that I put my mind to, because my favorite person in the world, which is my grandma, she told me that if I put my mind to it, then it can be reality. And that kind of made me feel sort of invincible, which I do sometimes attack things as if I'm some type of like very strong, overly independent superhero. And again, that's a weakness of mine that I'm also still trying to improve. But one thing is that I'm not invincible, and things can change and be gone that I value most in life in the blink of an eye. My grandma got cancer. She's my favorite person in the world. She's the person that has taught me everything. She taught me how to read when I was 3. She taught me how to be disciplined. She taught me how to be respectful. She taught me honor. She taught me integrity. And when I found out, it was like one of the worst days of my life. By far the worst day of my life, actually. I couldn't think straight. I couldn't hear. Everything was just, I don't know. It was just wild. But it was then that I realized, like, even the person that I idolized, that I thought could not be beat, had a villain that was stronger than she was, but or had the potential to be stronger than she was. Because I mean, at the end, she did pull out. She beat cancer, which I don't know. Honestly, I probably would have like been very broken, but it allowed me to understand that we are very fragile. As strong as we try to be and as strong as we want to be, we do still have weaknesses. That was something that hit me very, very hard. And that belief in myself and in my grandma, that like nothing can touch my grandma. She's just the greatest gift to this planet. Dwindled very quickly, in the understanding that there are a lot of things out here that can be and could be a reality that can change lives in the blink of an eye. And I was very humbled by the fact that not only she was strong enough to get through it, but also to understand that our time here is limited and we do need to make the most of it. So that is definitely one thing that hit me hard. And this was actually just within the last year. Most people don't know, but yeah.
I think the belief that has most changed my life in the last 5 or 6 years is about health. And there's a quote from Hippocrates. We all know about the Hippocratic oath that medical doctors take, but there's a piece of a philosophy from Hippocrates that I think a lot of medical doctors forget. And that is, let food be thy medicine and medicine thy food. I learned the hard way that what you eat really makes a huge difference in your life. 6 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. And I was a total Western medicine kind of guy, and I immersed myself usually in Western medicine kinds of things. I was told by my doctor, you have 6 months. It's 6 months to get surgery, otherwise it's going to become really serious and you won't survive it. And so I, based on my wife, who recommended that I try this holistic approach while I'm picking the kind of surgery I want to do, I said, okay, and I jumped in full with both feet into a holistic medical program. And within 6 months, started to go into remission. And the doctor I went to was like, whoa, what are you doing? Your numbers are better. And 3 months later, he said, yeah, I don't get it. You're in remission. I don't need to see you until next year. It has been 6 years now, and I still have not had radiation, chemotherapy, or surgery, fully in remission. And it's because I changed the way I eat. I wrote a book on this called Healing Begins in the Kitchen. If you want to learn how to become a healthier version of yourself, by the way, I lost over 40 pounds in about 3 months just by changing what I ate. A big piece of it was dropping all processed foods, dropping processed sugar, and natural sugars and organic food was a massive piece of it. It's been 6 years. I still am in remission. It's been the biggest life change for me, without a doubt.
I think the most important thing, and this is a belief, it's self-belief. Because if you truly believe that you can do something, then it empowers you to get those daily wins that lead to those large strides, that lead to whatever your goal is. And, you know, it's so incredibly empowering when you set a goal for yourself. So, for instance, my fitness goal of getting in shape in the 3 years that it took me to get into much better shape and to have a body that I was proud of. Once you get there, it's like, holy shit, what the hell else am I capable of accomplishing? And the empowerment you get from reaching a long-term goal, and it could be anything, whatever your goal is. You know, it could be a financial goal, it could be a fitness goal, it could be, who knows, it could be a friendship goal, it could be a goal to be a better spouse. It doesn't matter what it is, but once you put in that work, that daily effort that accumulates over the course of months and years, and you get to where you thought you would never get, there's nothing that's more powerful than that. It's like fertilizer for your self-belief, and that just empowers you to set a bigger goal and do even greater things, which we're all so capable of doing. But it's just having that self-belief and getting those little wins that lead you to a bigger win that empowers you to keep doing that again and again and again. That's all I have to say. Let's get it.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
The
More
You
No
Podcast.